just something I built myself. This is actually a piece of birch, and I just cut a pole that was what, 5-6 inches in diameter, trimmed it down to what I wanted, and it really works good for just about everything. Really works good. Just a simple, frame out of, those are 2x6s. Then I run a 2x6 all the way down, and then I just screwed this piece of birch from underneath. Nothing fancy, but it sure works. I've flushed a lot of animals on here. Yeah, and then you get the odd gouging, after. This is actually pretty smooth, but you can see the little gouges. Just sand it down. Show you a bit more of the stuff I got going on here. Snare cables. Just built a little bracket. It's all the wheels on it. This is threaded rod, so you could put a nut on there and washers, and just to correct the have the proper tension so they don't free spool too much. But a little trusty bungee cord works good too. So over here I got a skinning machine that I built, bolted there, bolted to the bottom. It goes all the way, another brace there, and it goes all the way to the top and arches over. I got that winch mounted on the bracket that I built to a pulley, and then it comes down, and then you can use it as a skinning machine. But I didn't care for it. I used it quite a bit, but I'm so used to just doing them by hand that I tore a couple apart, and I know after a bit of practice you get better at it, but I did just end up cutting that piece that comes out with the vice grips to hold the hide on the bottom. If you look up Coyote skinning machine, you'll see how they work if you're interested in seeing the actual Coyote skinning machine. But this is I just kept it this way, and I can winch up and down as I'm skinning wolves and whatever animals, right? So I can raise and lower this, and it's just nice. It was there, right? So I just kept it the way it was, except for the bottom portion is gone. Never enough light. I built one of these brackets. It's just basically two 2x4s with a bolt in it, and it just swivels around. I can tuck it right out of the way, depending on what I'm doing around here, right? Just screwed underneath this 2x4, and then just a bolt with a wing nut on the bottom. Another part of my setup is I got the snare cable set up there, different 3/32, 1/16, 7x7, 1/16, 1x19, which is what I use for all my snares except for lynx. I'll even use that for wolves. The 7x7 is what I use for lynx. 3/32 is what I use for my leads from the tree down to the snare, and then the snare material is actually the 1/16. Amazingly enough, pretty small cable, but it works. And I use the 3/32 cam locks on it, so they're a bit bigger, but they're super fast. But anyways, my setup here, I put it up there so that, see, I got my crimper, which is also a cutter, and then this bench is 8 feet right to the wall. 8 feet. So then from the cutter, I measured and marked whatever I need for lynx snares, wolf snares, you name it, coyote snares. I just got all these marks. They're all marked on here. Coyote, ram snares, wolf snare. You get the idea. Anyway, so I pull my cable down right to the mark that I want if I'm making wolf snares, and it just lands right there, and I just cut it. So it's just an easier way to process it, right? Just simplifies things.